Welcome to my channel. We are going to be talking about money myths about women. It's 2025, and these things are still around. It's crazy. Not only are they not true, but they can really hold women back. So let's just unpack three of the biggest myths that need to be busted. The first one, men are better negotiators. You know, that image of the tough guy in a suit. And women are just sitting there politely and smiling. It's so not the case. I love the story of Michelle Singletary. She's a personal finance expert. And she actually uses this to her advantage when she buys cars. Her husband just kind of hangs back at first and lets the salesperson zero in on him. But Michelle is the one who's done all the research. When it's time to talk price, she takes over. I think one time she even offered $1 for a car. Just to be playful, but also hey, I mean business here. But let's look at some of the data. What does the data say? A Pew Research Center survey found that most workers don't negotiate their salary, regardless of gender. It's not like men are out there just getting all this extra money. Most people just accept whatever's offered. Now, sure, more men ask for more money.
Negotiating for higher pay can be incredibly difficult. So there's a lot more to unpack there. But we'll save that for another time. So myth number one busted. Men are not naturally better negotiators. All right, ready for myth number two. This one is that men are less spooked by the stock market than women. This one's almost funny. A Gallup survey in 2023 actually showed that more women were invested in the stock market than men. 62% compared to 59%. So women are already in the game. And guess what? This trend is getting stronger. Fidelity Investments says that now 71% of women invest in stocks, up from 60% just a year ago. So women are stepping into the world of investing, and they're doing it big time. But here's where it gets interesting. That same Fidelity report, it said that women are more likely to hold on to their investments during market craziness. So what some people might see as risk aversion, oh, women are too scared to invest. It could actually be a strength.
Right.
Women tend to take a longer term approach. They kind of ride out those ups and downs. And that can actually lead to greater returns over time. Now, why might this be?
Well, women often approach financial decisions with different priorities. They're thinking about their families, they're thinking about their future, and building a really strong financial foundation. So instead of being spooked by the market going up and down, they're like, okay, this is just part of the journey. I'm in it for the long haul. It's about resilience and focus on those long-term goals. But it's not just about holding on to investments. It's also how women approach those decisions in the first place. They tend to do a lot of research. They really want to understand those risks and rewards before jumping in. Okay, are you ready for the third myth? This one's a big one. Men are better investors. I know you've probably heard this one a million times. And there are surveys that show women are less confident about their investing knowledge. But here's the thing. Confidence and competence, those aren't always the same thing. The data actually tells a very different story. A 2021 Fidelity report found that on average, women actually outperform men when it comes to investment returns. Isn't that crazy? They're more likely to do their research, make a plan, and stick to it. Fidelity analyzed millions of accounts over a decade, and they found that women outperformed men by 0.4% in returns. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but over time, with the magic of compound interest, that small difference can really make a big difference. It's like imagine rolling a snowball down a hill. At first, it's small, but as it rolls, it picks up more and more snow. It gets bigger and bigger. That's compound interest. Even small gains over time can lead to huge growth, and women are they're rocking that. Now, another thing to consider is women often approach investing with a different mindset. They're not always looking for the next hot stock tip. They're thinking more about building that diversified portfolio, something that can handle those market ups and downs and grow steadily over time. So we've busted three big myths about women and money, and the data really tells a different story. Now, there's other myth that's kind of whispered about, that men are just naturally better at managing money. As men, they're making smart financial decisions every day, budgeting, saving, investing, planning for the future. In fact, in a lot of households, women are the ones taking the lead on all things money, making sure the bills get paid, the savings are growing, the family's financially secure. So let's just ditch this idea that men are somehow better at it. It's just not true. And you know what? This myth can even hurt men. It puts this pressure on them to be like the sole provider, which can be super stressful and limiting. So let's shift gears a little bit and talk about how these myths can actually impact women in real life. Because it's not just about these ideas, it's about what happens in the real world. One area where these myths have a big impact is in the workplace. If women are seen as less capable negotiators, it can affect their starting salaries, their chances for raises or promotions, and their overall earning potential. Think about it. If a woman is hesitant to negotiate for more money because she's worried about seeming pushy or demanding, she's already starting off at a disadvantage. And over time, that difference in earnings, it really adds up. These myths can also affect women's access to, like, financial products and services. If a financial advisor believes that women are more risk-averse, they might steer women away from certain investments that could potentially have higher returns. And that could have long-term effects on a woman's financial well-being, especially when they're planning for retirement. But the good news is, by debunking these myths and really understanding women's strengths with money, we can start to challenge these harmful stereotypes and create a more fair financial world for everybody. So how can we, like as individuals, start to do this? Well, one powerful thing is to just talk about money more openly.
The more we make it normal to have these conversations, the more we can challenge those old assumptions. And we can empower women to take charge of their financial future. This could mean having open chats with your friends or family about money management, maybe share your own investing experiences, or even just ask questions and learn. The more we talk about these things, the less scary they become. And you know what? It's not just about talking, it's about taking action. If you're a woman who's been kind of hesitant to invest, do your research. Find a financial advisor that you trust and start building that portfolio. If you're not comfortable negotiating, practice your skills, find a mentor, and don't be afraid to ask for what you're worth. And for the guys out there, be allies. Support the women in your lives. Challenge those myths when you hear them, and advocate for equal pay and opportunities for everyone. All right, let's talk about some specific steps you can take to boost your financial confidence, no matter who you are. First, educate yourself. There are so many awesome resources out there. Books, podcasts, online courses, financial literacy programs. Take advantage of those and learn.
Second, make a budget and stick to it. This will help you figure out where your money is going, find ways to save, and set yourself up for success. There are tons of apps and tools that can make budgeting super easy. Third, start investing early and often. Even if you can only invest a little bit every month, the power of compound interest will work its magic over time. And finally, don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're feeling lost or unsure about where to begin, reach out to a financial advisor or talk to a friend or family member you trust. They can offer guidance and support. Okay, so we've covered a lot today, but I want to leave you with this thought. The world of money is changing fast, and women are at the front of this change. As more women take control of their finances, invest their money, and build their wealth, we're going to see a huge shift in how money is handled and who it goes to. And that's something to get excited about. So let's embrace this change, challenge the status quo, and create a future where financial empowerment is possible for everyone, no matter their gender. And this financial revolution, it's not just in the US, it's global. Women all over the world are breaking down barriers. They're starting businesses, investing in their communities, and building a better future for themselves and their families. It's incredibly inspiring to see women like challenging those old traditions and taking charge of their money. But it's not just about individual power. It's about the impact that women's financial independence can have on everyone. When women are financially secure, they have more choices, more opportunities, and more power to make positive changes in their communities and the world. Think about it. When women have the resources to invest in their education, their businesses, their health, it benefits all of us. It leads to stronger economies, healthier families, and a more just society. And you know what's really cool? As women are getting more power with their finances, they're also becoming a big force in giving back and making a difference. More and more women are using their money to support causes they care about. Things like funding better education, empowering women who are starting businesses, or tackling climate change. This change in giving is really exciting. It brings a fresh perspective and a real commitment to making the world a better place.